What if I told you that your cucumbers could grow faster, taste better, and stay pest-free, all without chemicals, extra fertilizer, or fancy tricks? Sounds too good to be true, right? But here's the kicker. The secret isn't what you're planting, it's who you're planting it with. Because cucumbers, they're needy, they attract pests, they're prone to disease, and sometimes, they just refuse to thrive. But what if I told you that planting the right herbs next to your cucumbers could completely change the game? What are these magic herbs? How do they work? And which ones could actually be hurting your cucumbers without you even realizing it? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which herbs to plant and which to avoid to get the biggest, healthiest, and most delicious cucumbers of your life. Alright, let's talk about dill. You've probably used it in pickles or maybe sprinkled it over salmon, but did you know that dill is basically a security guard for your cucumbers? First off, let's talk about pests. Cucumbers attract some real troublemakers: aphids, cucumber beetles, spider mites, and trust me, these guys aren't here to be friends. They're here to suck the life out of your plants. But here's the cool part. Dill's tiny yellow flowers act like a 5-star buffet for beneficial insects, ladybugs, lacewings, and hoverflies, and guess what? These little guys love eating aphids and other pests. It's like hiring a natural pest control service, but instead of spraying chemicals, you just let nature do its thing. But wait, does dill do anything for the cucumbers themselves? Oh, you bet. Some gardeners swear that cucumbers grown near dill taste better. Science hasn't confirmed it 100%, but hey, if it works and protects your plants, why not try it? So, are you adding dill to your cucumber patch this season? If not, what's stopping you? Okay, let's talk about basil. You probably know it as the ultimate pizza and pasta herb, but did you know it's also a total game changer in the garden? First of all, pests. Cucumbers attract thrips, aphids, and whiteflies, all of which can stunt growth and ruin your harvest. But basil? It's like a natural bug repellent. Its strong scent confuses and repels pests, keeping your cucumbers safe without needing chemical sprays. But wait, does basil actually help cucumbers grow? Oh yeah. Some gardeners believe that basil releases compounds into the air and soil that improve the flavor of nearby plants. So if you want crisp, flavorful cucumbers, basil might be your secret weapon. And here's a fun bonus. Basil also repels mosquitoes. That means while it's protecting your cucumbers, it's also protecting you from becoming a snack in the garden. Talk about multitasking. So do you really need basil in your cucumber patch? Well, do you like healthier plants, fewer pests, and a mosquito-free garden? Yeah, I thought so. Alright, let's talk about a seriously underrated garden hero, cilantro. Yes, the same herb that people either love or claim tastes like soap. But no matter how you feel about it on your tacos, your cucumbers, they love it. Why? One word: aphids. These tiny green pests are like vampires for your cucumber plants, sucking the sap right out of them and leaving behind curled, damaged leaves. But guess what? Cilantro attracts the good guys: lacewings, ladybugs, and parasitic wasps, the aphid destroyers. And the best part? Cilantro does this with zero effort on your part. Just plant it near your cucumbers, let it flower, and boom! Your natural pest control army is in action. But wait, does cilantro help your cucumbers grow? Actually, yes. Its feathery leaves provide light shade, which keeps the soil cooler and reduces water evaporation. And since cucumbers love consistent moisture, this little trick helps prevent stress and bitter-tasting fruit. So should you grow cilantro with your cucumbers? Well, if you don't want aphids sucking the life out of your plants, then yeah, you probably should. Let's talk about oregano. You might love it on pizza and pasta, but did you know it's also one of the best herbs to plant with cucumbers? Seriously, this little herb pulls double duty in the garden. First up, pest control. Cucumbers attract a lot of unwanted visitors, from aphids to spider mites to cucumber beetles. But oregano? It's got a secret weapon: its strong scent. Pests hate it. Think of oregano like the garden's natural bug repellent. You plant it, and suddenly your cucumbers have built-in protection. But wait, does oregano actually help cucumbers grow? You bet. It acts as a living mulch, covering the soil and helping it retain moisture. And since cucumbers love consistent watering, this little trick helps prevent stress, reduces wilting, and even improves fruit quality. And here's a bonus: oregano is super low maintenance. It thrives in warm, dry conditions, meaning once you plant it, you barely have to think about it. So fewer pests, healthier soil, and almost zero effort? Yeah. Oregano might just be the best garden buddy your cucumbers could ask for. Are you adding oregano to your cucumber patch this season? Because honestly, why wouldn't you? Alright, let's talk about thyme. It's tiny, it's tough, and honestly, it might just be the unsung hero of companion planting. If cucumbers had a Best Supporting Actor award, thyme would be up for the nomination. First things first, why does thyme deserve a spot in your cucumber patch? One word, pests. Cucumbers attract beetles, worms, and aphids, basically all the villains of the garden. But thyme? It has a superpower. Its strong aroma confuses pests, making it harder for them to find your cucumbers in the first place. Think of it as a natural invisibility cloak for your plants. But thyme isn't just about pest control, it's also a soil protector. Since it's a low-growing herb, it acts like a living mulch, keeping the soil cool and preventing moisture from evaporating too quickly. And since cucumbers need consistent watering to avoid bitter fruit, that's a game changer. Oh, and did I mention thyme is ridiculously easy to grow? It thrives in tough conditions, needs little maintenance, and keeps coming back year after year. So, are you adding thyme to your cucumber garden? Because honestly, why wouldn't you? Alright, let's talk about chamomile. You might know it as a relaxing tea that helps you sleep, but did you know chamomile is like a therapist for your cucumber plants? Seriously, it doesn't just sit there looking pretty, it actively makes your cucumbers healthier. First, let's talk about soil health. Chamomile is like a natural nutrient booster. As it grows, it releases beneficial compounds into the soil that improve plant resilience. That means your cucumbers are less likely to suffer from disease or stress. It's basically giving them an immune system upgrade. But wait, does chamomile help with pests? Oh, you bet it does. Its delicate flowers attract hoverflies and predatory wasps, which love eating aphids and other harmful insects. So while your cucumbers are growing, chamomile is secretly recruiting a tiny army to keep them safe. And here's the best part. Chamomile is ridiculously easy to grow. It thrives in full sun, reseeds itself, and requires almost zero maintenance. So, fewer pests, healthier soil, and stronger cucumbers, all from a gentle little herb. Are you adding chamomile to your cucumber patch? Because honestly, it sounds like the real MVP of the garden. Alright, let's talk about mint, one of the most powerful yet most mischievous herbs you can plant in your garden. If herbs had personalities, mint would be that friend who's super helpful, but also has a habit of taking over the entire house if you let them crash on your couch for too long. So, why is mint a great companion for cucumbers? One word, pests. Mint's strong scent is like nature's bug repellent. It keeps away aphids, flea beetles, and even ants. Yes, ants. And fewer pests mean happier, healthier cucumber plants. But here's the catch. Mint is incredibly invasive. If you plant it directly in your garden, it spreads like wildfire, choking out everything in its path, including your cucumbers. So how do you get the benefits without the chaos? Simple, grow it in a pot nearby. This keeps it under control while still protecting your cucumbers from pesky invaders. Bonus tip. Mint also helps repel mosquitoes, so not only does it protect your plants, but it makes hanging out in the garden way more enjoyable. So, are you giving mint a shot this season? Just remember, pot it, don't plant it. Let's talk about chives. They might look like nothing more than skinny green onions, but trust me, these little guys are packed with garden superpowers. If you're growing cucumbers, adding chives might just be the smartest move you make. First, let's address one of the biggest problems cucumber growers face, fungal diseases. Ever had your cucumber leaves covered in powdery mildew? Or maybe you've seen them yellow and wilt for no reason. That's fungal trouble, and it spreads fast. But here's the good news, chives help stop it. They release natural antifungal compounds into the soil and air, creating a healthier environment for your cucumbers. It's like having an invisible shield protecting your plants from the inside out. And pests? Yeah, chives handle those too. Their strong onion-like scent keeps aphids, spider mites, and even cucumber beetles at bay. No sprays, no chemicals, just plant them and let nature do the work. The best part? Chives are set-it-and-forget-it plants. They're hardy, they come back year after year, and they require almost zero maintenance. So, are you adding chives to your cucumber patch? Honestly, why wouldn't you? Alright, let's talk about marjoram, the herb that doesn't just survive in the garden, but actually makes everything around it better. If cucumbers could pick a best friend, marjoram would definitely be in the running. First up, let's talk growth. Cucumbers are fast-growing plants, but they can sometimes get stressed. Too much heat, too little water, or just unpredictable weather. And when plants get stressed, they produce fewer cucumbers. But marjoram, it's like a natural cheerleader. It releases growth-enhancing compounds into the soil that help nearby plants thrive. Some gardeners swear their cucumbers grow bigger, faster, and stronger when planted next to marjoram. Coincidence? I think not. But that's not all. Marjoram also improves soil health. Its roots help condition the soil, improving drainage and nutrient availability, so your cucumbers always have what they need to stay strong. And pests? Marjoram has a strong aroma that repels harmful insects, keeping cucumber beetles and aphids away without needing sprays or traps. Plus, it attracts pollinators like bees, which means more cucumber flowers get pollinated, and more cucumbers for you. So, if you want bigger harvest, healthier soil, and fewer pests, marjoram is a must-have. Are you adding it to your garden? Because honestly, why wouldn't you? Lastly, we have one of the most underrated herbs in the garden, tarragon. It's not flashy, it's not demanding, and it doesn't need constant attention. But behind the scenes, this herb is working hard to keep your cucumber plants safe and thriving. So what makes tarragon such a great cucumber companion? Pest control. Tarragon has a strong, slightly licorice-like scent that confuses and repels harmful insects like aphids, spider mites, and even cucumber beetles. While you might love the smell, pests absolutely hate it. But wait, does tarragon help cucumbers grow? Surprisingly, yes. Tarragon is what's known as a nurse plant, meaning it naturally boosts the health and growth of nearby plants. Some gardeners even believe it enhances the flavor of vegetables grown next to it. Imagine cucumbers that taste even better. That's a win. And here's the best part. Tarragon is ridiculously low maintenance. It thrives in poor soil, doesn't need much water, and comes back year after year. So, stronger cucumbers, fewer pests, and no extra work? Sounds like a deal to me. Are you adding tarragon to your cucumber patch this season? Because honestly, this low-key protector deserves more credit. Alright, we've covered the good guys, but what about the bad herbs? Yep, some herbs just don't vibe with cucumbers. First, let's talk about a herb that might be amazing in your kitchen, but absolutely terrible for your cucumbers, sage. If cucumbers had an enemy list, sage would definitely be on it. But why? Isn't sage a great companion plant for some veggies? Absolutely. But for cucumbers? Not so much. Here's the problem. Sage loves dry, well-drained soil, while cucumbers thrive in moist, nutrient-rich conditions. It's like putting a desert plant next to a tropical one. One of them is bound to struggle, and spoiler alert, it's your cucumbers. When planted too close, sage can suck moisture out of the soil, leaving cucumbers stressed, dehydrated, and prone to producing bitter fruit, and no one wants that. And if that wasn't enough, sage also prefers low-nutrient soil, while cucumbers are heavy feeders that need rich, organic matter to grow properly. So instead of helping each other, these two plants are actually competing for the opposite conditions. Bottom line, sage is great for herbs like rosemary and thyme, but if you want happy, juicy cucumbers, keep it far away from your cucumber patch. Next, we have one of the worst companion plants for cucumbers, fennel. This is a fantastic herb on its own. It smells great, attracts pollinators, and even repels some pests. But when it comes to companion planting, fennel is the bad roommate that sucks up all the resources and leaves your cucumbers struggling to survive. Why? Because fennel is what I like to call an energy vampire. It releases allelopathic compounds into the soil, which actually stunt the growth of nearby plants. Cucumbers are already sensitive to competition, so putting them near fennel is like making them fight for survival every single day. And it gets worse. Fennel has deep, aggressive roots that steal nutrients and moisture from the surrounding soil, leaving your cucumbers weak, underdeveloped, and struggling to produce fruit. So, instead of thriving, your cucumbers will be sitting there wondering what went wrong. So, should you plant fennel in your garden? Absolutely. Just keep it in its own space, far away from your cucumbers and other delicate plants. Trust me, your cucumbers will thank you for it. So now that you know the best herbs to plant with your cucumbers, which one are you trying first? Are you going for basil's pest-repelling power, dill's flavor boost, or maybe marjoram's growth magic? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're planning. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Plus, if you love gardening tips like this, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. Speaking of must-know gardening tips, if you want to keep your plants thriving, check out this video right here. It's packed with even more ways to boost your garden success. Thanks for watching, happy planting, and I'll see you in the next video.